Disney World is constantly changing, and between frequently updated menus, new rides, even land openings, there's always something new and exciting cooking up at the parks. So if you're visiting Disney World this year, we got 7 new things you've got to try. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Whether you're a frequent Disney World guest or haven't been to the parks in years, these are the 7 new things that everyone should try at the most magical place on Earth. By the way, did you know that? Did you know that Disneyland is the happiest place on Earth and Disney World is the most magical place on Earth? There's a little trivia for you. Okay, first thing we're going to talk about are the new eats at Riviera Resort. This was one of the most surprising things to me, is that the food at Riviera was actually excellent. Much of it was. Riviera is kind of out there on its own. It's a DVC resort. And even though it is on the Skyliner, I think a lot of folks who want to stay closer to the parks probably aren't going to choose this one. But it could actually be a destination for dining at a couple of locations. First up, I want to talk about the Monte Cristo at Bar Riva. Now, Disneyland has had their iconic Monte Cristo available at Blue Bayou and Cafe Orleans for years. It's amazing. It's literally my favorite thing to eat in Disneyland. But every time a Monte Cristo appears in Disney World, it seems to disappear off the menu. We've seen them at Columbia Harbor House. Woody's Lunchbox had a Monte Cristo for a little while, but it always disappears every time it's on the menu. So there's a Monte Cristo at Bar Riva, and it's nearly identical to Disneyland's iconic version. Now, Bar Riva is the pool bar actually at Riviera Resort. Now, this one is made with ham, turkey, Gruyere, and strawberry preserves already put into the sandwich on that brioche roll, all deep fried, of course, and then dusted with powdered sugar, just like they do it at Disneyland. The only real differences between this and Disneyland's version are that the West Coast has a blackberry sauce instead of strawberry, and the blackberry sauce is on the side, whereas at Bar Riva, the sandwich comes as is, as it's pre-made. That all being said, this version at Bar Riva is delicious and well worth the trip to Riviera Resort. The resort itself is stunning and definitely worth looking around. Now, another thing we want to tell you about at Riviera Resort to try is Topolino's Terrace. So this is a character breakfast, and it's also a signature dinner. So they kind of combined super must-do breakfast with all those characters, and then that signature dinner location, which is a great date night option. The characters are adorable. You've got Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Daisy, and they're all dressed up as artists of some sort. And I will say that food is really, really good. I was super impressed, not only by the pastries that are given to every table, but also they start with jungle juice there, which you can also call lilikoi, whatever you want to call it. It's that passion fruit orange guava juice that they serve at several locations around Walt Disney World. And the dishes themselves were just excellent. So I was impressed, and it's about the same cost as Chef Mickey's. So you get, as far as I'm concerned, a better experience at Topolino's because you're seated. It's served a la carte. You don't have to get up and go to a buffet. So it's kind of maybe I shouldn't say better experience, depending on what you want. Chef Mickey's might be better for you, but for me it was a more relaxed and enjoyable experience than Chef Mickey's can sometimes be. And then of course you've got that amazing signature dinner where they're going to serve you Mediterranean style dishes. So you've got Italian, French dishes, inspired dishes, I should say. Good stuff, really, really good stuff. And don't forget the view. You're on the 10th floor. You've got a great view of Hollywood Studios and Epcot, which means you can see their fireworks from there. So that's really cool, really fun view from breakfast as well. So Topolino's definitely something to consider as a brand new option the next time you're in Disney World. But that Monte Cristo at Bar Riva, also awesome. And speaking of new things everyone should try, we're going to talk about the Skyliner. This is the newest mode of transportation at Disney World. The Skyliner gondolas with stations at Disney's Caribbean Beach, Art of Animation, Riviera Resort, and Pop Century Resorts, as well as Epcot and Hollywood Studios. And there are so many reasons it's worth taking a ride on the Skyliner. I love it. This is my kid and my favorite new thing to do. We're actually counting up we're keeping track, I should say, of the Skyliner gondolas that we ride in. attractions. So we've got this list. We're hoping we get to ride in all of them. We haven't had a repeat yet. So we've got this long list of all the Skyliners that we ride in because, 6-year-olds, we just sometimes ride the Skyliner for half a day while we're there. We just keep getting on different Skyliner routes. Anyway, you guys don't care about that. For you, these are the reasons to ride the Skyliner. It connects a lot of different places and provides that fast-moving way to get where you need to go. It's so easy now to get from Epcot to Hollywood Studios. So easy to get from both of those parks to Pop Century, Art of Animation, Caribbean Beach. I can't tell you, it really makes a huge difference, especially if you're staying at one of those resorts that you can just get somewhere so quickly. Sometimes if I'm staying at resorts like Art of Animation, pre-Skyliner, I sort of felt isolated, felt like I was stuck because I would have to wait a bunch of time for a bus to get anywhere I wanted to go. Now with the Skyliner, you can just pop on, head over to Epcot for dinner, or maybe go to Banana Cabana at Caribbean Beach and try that, or head over to Riviera. I mean, it's just so easy. I love it. Okay, you're tired of me talking about this, I know, but amazing views, quick, steady access, and also the lines were not long when we were there. We were there during a really, really busy time recently, and the lines were not long at all, so I'm super impressed. Now, a few tips if you are going to ride the Skyliner this year. Remember that you currently don't have to disembark at the Riviera Resort Station if you're traveling from Epcot, but you do have to get off at Caribbean Beach and transfer to whatever your next line is, Art of Animation, Pop Century, Hollywood Studios, to get to those locations. Also, the view is much better from the gondolas without the character wrap on them. So while you may be hoping you get to ride in a Peter Pan or Finding Nemo bedecked gondola, the wrap makes the view really, really hazy. Sometimes the Skyliner is very busy, so you won't have the option to request a certain car, but sometimes traffic is light, and you can request that the cast member wait until a non-wrapped gondola comes around for you to ride inside. That's the way you get the best pictures. Now, since the Skyliner connects so many places, it's actually an awesome opportunity to have a Skyliner pub crawl or food crawl. Check in at the Riviera for a drink or a snack at Bar Riva, hop over to Epcot, check out the World Showcase before heading to Hollywood Studios to Oga's Cantina. The possibilities are endless, and it's so much fun to have that be a good sort of special event or a special traveling meal for your family. All right, next new thing you gotta try in Disney World this year, try the unique food and drinks at Galaxy's Edge. Now, I will preface this by saying that I really don't like the food in Galaxy's Edge as a general rule. Most of the stuff at Docking Bay I really didn't love, and I don't really need to have it again, and I think I was pretty honest about that in my previous videos. But there are two things that are definitely must-dos for me in Galaxy's Edge, and I hope you get to do them too. First up, that Ronto wrap over at Ronto Roasters. Now, my favorite one is actually the breakfast Ronto wrap. But anyway, Ronto wrap is a delicious treat. Grilled pork sausage wrapped in a generous helping of roasted pork on pork, then wrapped in peanut bread and covered in peppercorn sauce and that tangy slaw. So good. But I love the breakfast Ronto wrap, which actually has a little egg wrap, and then they take the slaw off, so you've got the egg, the pork sausage, and then that amazing peppercorn sauce. So good. And if you're keto, FYI, you can just take the pita wrap off of that one and use the little egg wrap as your kind of holder and just eat it that way, and it's totally keto. Okay, now if you're over 21 and looking to take in the local libations of Batu, there's no better place to check out than Oga's Cantina. If you can get in, it's really hard to get in, it's hard to get that reservation, but if you can, everybody's got to do it at least once. Now, all the drinks are pre-made. It kind of feels like you're at a giant bachelorette party because all the drinks are super colorful and sugary and stuff. But there's one drink that you just have to try. It's basically their version of a fuzzy navel. It's called a fuzzy tauntaun. It's made with Ciroc peach vodka, peach schnapps, simply orange with tangerine, pure cane sugar, and then of course that Buzz Button tingling foam, which I love that they actually put Buzz Button onto the menu, because when I first went to Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland when it first opened, I knew that was Buzz Button foam, but nobody would admit it. Nobody would answer me and say yes when I was asking if it was Buzz Buttons or not. But it is. It's Buzz Buttons, which by the way is a flower. It's an herb that you use that makes kind of your whole mouth tingle, and that's what's on top of the fuzzy tauntaun is this foam made from Buzz Buttons. So when you take sips of this drink, your mouth sort of numbs up. It's really kind of crazy, but a little bit fun and definitely kind of out of this world, not something you'd expect or something that you see anyplace else in Disney World. So those two are definitely things I can recommend at Galaxy's Edge. If you do go to Galaxy's Edge West or East, definitely try the Fuzzy Tauntaun and that Ronto wrap, or the morning Ronto wrap. Also in Galaxy's Edge, another new thing everyone should try is that Rise of the Resistance. I know you guys are going to get tired of me talking about it. You probably already are tired of me talking about it. It is such an incredible attraction. There is a reason that those boarding passes are going so quickly, you guys. It's amazing. So the ride is actually in 3 parts with a total ride time of about 18 to 20 minutes, depending on how long that wait is in the middle, because you kind of have to re-queue up in the middle. But the ride features hundreds of audio animatronics, actually makes you feel like you've become a character in the Star Wars universe. We don't want to give too many details on the ride, though we do have a video that really breaks it down if you're interested. But let it suffice to say, it's unlike anything we've ever done before. So even if you're not a Star Wars fan, you will still really like this ride. And while the ride itself isn't at all similar to the style of Flight of Passage in Animal Kingdom, the level of immersion you feel is on a par, and even more so than that, which makes it an extra special experience you aren't going to want to miss while you're visiting Disney World. Next new thing you've got to do, visit the reopened Beaches and Cream. It's a popular stop at the Beach Club Resort, closed its doors for a few months in fall 2019 for a refurbishment and expansion, but Beaches is now reopened and it's better than ever. While the restaurant used to be on the tiny side, it has now been significantly expanded and has 31 tables, 14 counter stools, and a whole wall of booths. The restaurant still holds all the soda shop vibes of the original, and some of the changes were very welcome additions. There are even some new menu additions you got to try out. The Storm Along Shake, which is a cotton candy ice cream shake in a very, very fun souvenir cup topped with a lifesaver donut. By the way, that is a Krispy Kreme just doused in a ton of icing. It's really good and really fresh. And if that doesn't sound delicious enough, the restaurant also introduced cookie fries. They're a similar consistency to biscotti, and they are plant-based cookies. They come with marshmallow, strawberry, and chocolate dipping sauces. So really interesting thing to try there. So whether you visited Beaches and Cream in the past or you've never been, now's the time to go, y'all. It's really, really fun. It's uber comfort food. We love the grilled cheese sandwich and the tomato soup. The burgers are good. Your kids are going to love those hot dogs. And then, of course, they have those giant sundaes at the end. And, of course, the kitchen sink. All right, the next thing we want to recommend you try in Disney World this year are the food trucks. So Disney Springs has grown substantially over the past few years, has truly become one of our favorite places to hang out and grab some incredible food in Disney World. And one of our recent favorite additions to Disney Springs have been 2 brand new food trucks. So we know we had 3 food trucks a couple of years ago that came in when Disney Springs kind of first was reborn. But we've got 2 brand new ones from just the end of last year we want to tell you about. So the Cookie Dough and Everything Sweet food truck and that Mac and Cheese food truck are there now. You can find both of them on Disney Springs West Side. Cookie Dough and Everything Sweet opened in August 2019 and serves up some awesome treats made with edible cookie dough in both cups and cones. Perhaps our favorite treat at the food truck was the Celebration Parfait, which was Celebration cookie dough and a Celebration Mickey cake with vanilla custard, sprinkles, strawberries, whipped cream, and a cherry. Super, super sweet, but super good. There's the Mac and Cheese truck. That's another great place to grab a quick and delicious meal. This food truck opened in early 2019 and serves up some of the most unique mac and cheese dishes we've ever seen. One of our favorite picks might be the brand new Texas Chili Mac and Cheese. It features mac and cheese with a 4-cheese blend topped with chili and corn chips. Not only are those food trucks a fun spot to visit in Disney Springs, they also serve up some awesome eats. So it's definitely a must-do as far as new things in Disney World. And speaking of Disney Springs, I'm going to talk about Chicken Guy again. Nope, they totally don't pay me, but for some reason I just love this hole in the wall. Chicken tenders, both fried and naked if you're ketoing, can be combined with 22 amazing sauces. But I just get 8 buffalo sauces and I call it a day. That's just what I do. There are some fun shakes, a few great side dishes like the mac and cheese, which you should always get an extra side of SMC, which is super melty cheese, and add that to the mac and cheese, by the way. It makes it so much better. And great news, news, this joint is now expanding, so you'll soon have even more indoor seating and restrooms inside to make your Chicken Guy experience more accommodating for you. I can't wait. No matter your thoughts on Guy Fieri, he created a winner here with Chicken Guy. I love it. I go as often as I can. Sounds so simple, but sometimes simple is excellent. So there are a few of the newest things you should totally try in Disney World this year, and if you are planning a trip soon, definitely check out our ebook guides over at dfbstore.com. We pour our heart and soul into those guides. They contain everything we know about Disney World dining. If you're interested in supporting our channel in that way, be sure to use code YouTube to get a discount on your purchase at dfbstore.com. As always, thanks for listening and thanks for watching. This is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.